Hi folks, welcome back to Zones on the Go. Once again it's on. Sorry for being away for a while, but I had a fucking health scare and I'm gonna talk about that today. I'm on my way up to get my daughter home for the weekend. Sitting here drinking some homemade coffee and of course, you know, sipping my Old Day May as usual. The health scare. Well, the full story was this one. Back in November, in the mid-November or so, I did hurt my back pretty severely, you know, at the gym, or at least I thought I hurt my back, you know, because, you know, once in a while when you're training at my level, you do hurt yourself, you know. Even if I train with, you know, lighter weight these days, more reps, I ain't playing no fucking ping pong at the gym, you know. I go hard, you know. So once in a while I hurt myself and I don't really think about it. But this one was a little bit different because I was doing some, you know, bent over barbell rows, and suddenly I felt this very strange, odd pain in the middle of my body, you know. It actually felt like something burst inside me and, you know, floated out. So I got like in the whole pelvic area and the lower back, I got this feeling that it was swelling, you know. So I had this tight leather belt and I just wrapped it off myself and, you know, throw it away. And I thought to myself, shit, I really hurt myself maybe for life this time. But, you know, I sat down for a while and actually finished my workout, you know. The day after I was in pretty bad pain, you know, and still wasn't thinking about it, you know. And I went to my doctor for my yearly blood work, you know, and still was not thinking about this at all. And the weekend after I went up, you know, a 6-hour drive up to my kid, and I was in fucking bad pain after that weekend, you know, because I was living at a hotel with my wife and my daughter having a ball, but I was in fucking pain, you know. Anyway, went back to my doctor in a couple of weeks and to check my blood work, you know, and he suddenly said to me, "Son, sit down, I think you have prostate cancer." And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you saying? And, you know, my doctor is not, you know, the smoothest guy, you know. He says things straight to your fucking face, you know. I guess that's just the way he is, you know. And he put his finger up my ass, checked my prostate, felt good, but he said my PSA levels are too high. They are like 9. And he said, you might have prostate cancer. I have to you know, send you to another doctor. So you have to wait a couple of weeks, and I do that. I went home totally freaked out, you know, because not that long ago I watched my mother pass in cancer, and it was not pretty, you know. And I'm not afraid of dying, but I'm living this badass life now. I have my daughter, I have my wife, you know, and I want to live, you know. I don't want to die now, you know. I have a lot of things to do. Fucking people owe me money, you know. And you know, hear what I'm saying, you know. So for a couple of days I was just, you know, laying there. I was going into a fucking depression, and that's not me, you know. I lost all my high, you know. Fucking, it totally fucked up my vibe. And then I do what I always do. I started to do research on this PSA shit, you know. And man, did I open up a can of worms. Fuck it. It ended up with me finding a book by a guy called J. Alvin. I may have the wrong name here, but I write it here for you guys, because this is something you should check out. If you're a man, or if you know a man, you should check this shit out, because this PSA testing is a fucking joke, a scary fucking joke. Anyway, this guy was the guy who actually found the PSA back in the 70s, you know. And he wrote a book a couple of years ago. I think it was 2012 or 2013 or something like that, a book called The Great Prostate Hoax. And you should all check it out, you know, The Great Prostate Hoax. And basically what this guy who found the PSA back in the 70s is saying is that this is a fucking joke, you know. This is a fucking joke. It's a scary fucking joke, because if your PSA levels is elevated, you know, between 4 and 10, mine was 9, you know, you're in for a fucking scary ride, because your doctor want to check your prostate. They wanted to, you know, they want to like take biopsies, you know. And here's here's where the trouble begins, you know, because there's a lot of prostate cancer out there, but there's a lot of prostate cancer that is totally harmless. And if they check your, if you're like at my age, 1 in 3 persons have prostate cancer, but they probably have a prostate cancer that's not even cancer, you know, because you can say like that. You can say like this: you have 3 different prostate cancer. One that is totally harmless and probably should not even be called cancer, you know. You have one cancer that might be dangerous in 10 to 30 years, you know, and you have one that probably will kill you. But when they check it, you know, when they take this biopsy, they have something like they call Gleason scale. And Gleason, that's just the name of a fucking doctor who invented this shit. They take it out and they look at it in a microscope, you know, and then by eyesight they decide if this is a dangerous or maybe a dangerous or not dangerous cancer. And they probably will want to do an operation on you, and they want to remove your prostate and take away all your testosterone production, maybe, you know, making you impotent. 80% of people who remove the prostate get impotent, you know? And you have to wear a fucking diaper for the rest of your life. And on top of it, if you have a dangerous cancer, you would probably die from it anyway. If you take 1,000 men in one room and not check this prostate, 8 of them will die of prostate cancer, probably when they are very old, you know. And if you take 1,000 people that they check this PSA on, you know, 300 people of 1,000 will be diagnosed with prostate cancer and probably operated and having this shock that they have cancer, you know, and everything that comes with that, you know, when it comes to the quality of life and all that bullshit, you know. And still 8 people will die from prostate cancer of these thousands of people. Anyway, back to my case, you know, I was reading all this and was like, what the fuck is this? I don't want to check this shit to say that I might have prostate cancer. Anyway, when I was this stressed out, you know, I started to, you know, this pain I thought I had hurt myself in the gym started to spread, you know. My whole fucking pelvic area started to get irritated, you know. I started getting problem when I was peeing, you know, and all that. And I realized that that's not cancer. That if it was cancer, I would be sick, you know, because it would have been spreading all over my body. I wasn't sick. I was feeling fine beside this bullshit, you know. I was hungry. I was training, you know, everything. And I realized that I have, in Sweden we call it prostatit. I think it's prostatitis in English. Prostatit. Anyway, that's like an infection of the prostate gland. So I went to my other doctor and told him all this, you know, and he said, "Zone, you made a perfect diagnosis of yourself. This is 100% sure of prostatitis, and I give you antibiotics, you know. I give you some antibiotics." And in 4 days, the pain was gone. And I'm fucking blessed, because about 95% of people who got my condition, antibiotics don't work on them. Now, it's still something you can live with, and it's something that won't kill you, you know. So I'm blessed. And what I want to tell you all is, Of course, prostate cancer is a serious cancer, but if you're a healthy man, you know, and they want to check your PSA levels, my advice is run. Get the hell out of there, you know. Because I don't think you should treat something you don't have or something you might have, you know. Because when it comes down to it, it's not how long you live, it's how you live. It's how you live your life, you know. It's something called legacy. The only thing you leave behind when you are dead and gone, you know, it's your legacy. And I can't imagine myself, you know, living a half life. Fuck that. I'd rather live my life all out until the day it's time to move on, you know. So actually thinking about getting legacy tatted on my throat, you know, because I think legacy is that's all about, and that's what I live for, you know. My legacy, my life, what I leave after, you know, what I leave behind. That's more important than how many years you live, you know. Even if I want to live long, you know, I want to be a fucking 150, 200 years old if it's possible, you know. That's not what I'm saying, but it's what you do. It's not, you can't sit at home, you know, and be afraid of life, you know, and you can't have, you know, operations because you might get sick. Fuck that. Live all out. Live now, here and now. It's today that counts, you know. So my life is good right now, and I'm fucking blessed to just be here. And I really love my life right now, and I'm so thankful for being healthy again, you know. And never take anything for granted, folks, you know. Live here and now, all out. That's the advice this time for you. Anyway, thanks for listening. I'm back to reclaim my physique big time, to grow beyond where I've been before. And see you guys at FIBO. Peace, love.
Liquor got me stuck, money on my mind. 24/7, I be on the grind. Feeling like Max B, cause a niggas waving. And then I beat the case, bitch, I'm Tom Brady.